because I want to go home. I don't really get it, but okay. That's just okay. Might have been the decorations. I don't know. I have no idea. I don't remember. It'll come back to me. Good morning, YouTube. Welcome. If you are new here, hi, my name is Tina. I'm a 6th-year upper elementary science and health teacher on the coast of Maine, and I am so happy to have you here with us. Today is picture day. It is NOEA testing, and I have a cold. So thankfully I've tested negative twice. Hopefully it stays that way. This doesn't feel like when I had COVID last year, so I'm not even like remotely concerned that that is what this is. We just have a very gnarly cold going around our school, as well as COVID, but they are two separate things. And it took me down Sunday. Felt decent yesterday. Woke up feeling pretty crummy this morning. I'm not super stuffy, but I sound it, and it's really weird because I can breathe completely out of my nose, and I don't know if that's because of the nose surgery that I had, but I feel like I should be way stuffier than I am, like compared to how I feel. So I don't know if that's just like delayed and it's coming, like this is the pre-stuffy nose, I don't know. But anyway, I have been decorating slowly for Halloween for my kids. I am not a decorate my classroom person like for holidays. However, I don't have a house. I mean, I have a house to decorate, but our house is very odd. It's not decoratable. It's very quirky, and there's not a lot of space for decor and things like that. So I am decorating the classroom. So I'm going to take you around real quick, show you what I've done so far. And I have a few more things coming. They are being delivered, I think, on Thursday or Friday from Amazon, and that will kind of just like top it all off and bring it all together. But let me show you what I've done so far. So far I just hung these little bats from the lights with fishing line. I was going to hang more, however, I will tell you why I didn't in just one second, but they're just super cute. This one hangs flat, I don't know why, but the rest of them kind of like, they all hang at different angles, which I like. But the reason I opted against hanging more is because I ordered witches hats, which I want to hang from the lights just like those, but just hang them like from the top. So I'm not putting up any more bats because I don't want it to be too much. So I'm just thinking like maybe 2 or 3 hats just around. And yeah, so I also got up some garland. Let me turn you. So got some garland up there. I have 2 more pieces for these 2 boards. The biggest issue right now is trying to find a way to put them up there because there's nowhere to like put them. I do have so many extra command strips that I'm thinking I'm just going to put them on the board and take them down after, but that is up. So again, I have 2 more of those. And then yesterday before I left, I started working on some window clings. So I've got 2 more packages here to put up, but I got that one done so far. So that's what I was working on yesterday when I realized that I was exhausted and I just wanted to go home. So that's what I did. And I went home and worked on stuff all around the house, and then I like died on the couch pretty much. So like I said, today is picture day, and I'm so excited because this is my 6th year of teaching, and this is literally my first ever year that it has not rained on picture day, which of course naturally means that I would have a cold, but at least like the hair for the most part should stay the way that it is. And our kids are first thing in the morning because we have homeroom from 8:30 to 9, and then at 9 we are starting testing. So we are first thing this morning, which I'm very excited about. So I'm gonna make sure that we are ready for today. I need to run off a few more copies because my kids are, actually I can do that during lunch. I take that back, I'm not doing it right now. I'm gonna eat my breakfast and sip my coffee and just relax and continue decorating. It's currently 7:30. I did get here a little bit later today because I washed and blow dried and straightened and curled my hair and all that good stuff. So running a little behind today, and that is fine. I have nothing that I need to get done. I'm prepped for this afternoon. So once I finish my breakfast, I will show you what I'm doing with my kids this afternoon that is still science related, but like super chill after testing all morning. and I wanted to show you what my kids are working on. So when they come to me, we are only having one block in the afternoon. So what we're doing is I'm having them, if you're familiar with Mystery Science at all, you will know that they offer those mini lessons. So what I'm doing is I'm having them, this time I gave them a choice of like 3 different ones. That way they could watch something they wanted to. It turns out that they're like, well, I want to watch all 3. And I was like, well, choose one for the assignment and then you can watch all the other, like you can watch all the other ones after. And they're like, oh, all right, cool. So then they're fine picking one. But having them choose one, and they're doing a 3-2-1. So let me show you what I did. So after they choose one video to watch, they write what is the big question. So every video has a question, and then they make a prediction. We go over that you have to do this before you do the rest. They know that these 2 boxes need to happen before they watch the video. So they write the big question, which is the title of the video, and then they come up with what they think the answer is going to be. After they do that, they watch the video, they tell me 3 things they learned, 2 interesting facts, and 1 question they still have. With these 2, honestly, they are so stinking similar. I tell them, I'm like, you're basically giving me 5 facts. You cannot have the same ones for either one, so you're just giving me 5 facts. And they just look at me and they're like, well, what if I already know it? And I was like, do I know that? I'm not telling you to lie, but I don't know that. Just put 5 facts. So that's what they're doing here. And then 1 question that they have about the topic. And I'm like, it has to do with it, but you can branch off it. Like, for example, if the question is why are pumpkins orange, you could do why are apples red. So that is what they're working on. I have my kids for about a half hour in the afternoon, right? 25 minutes. Yeah, 25 minutes. And it's like some of them are finishing, so I'm getting maybe like 2 or 3 in each class that are done, and then they're just gonna finish them on Monday when I see them. So that is what we're working on. My battery is dying, so I'm gonna put you guys to charge. At lunch or after school, I will walk you around and show you all of the decorations and let you know how the day is going. So I will talk to you guys a little bit later. I'm sorry, I lied, but I ended up finding an extra battery. So I real quickly wanted to show you because I finally brought in all of my books. So I'm gonna show you how it looks. Finally brought in the books for my kids, and these are just all of my fiction stories. So this does not include anything nonfiction that was either mine or left behind. So these are all of like the authors or series that I just have a lot of. They all get their own bins. I still need to put my favorites in there because my kids keep asking about that one. So I'm super excited, and I'm gonna try to do that one strategically. These I need to swap out now that we have some other books. And then all of these, I still need to do some labels for some of them. I have to find them. They're in a box somewhere. But these are all of our fiction stories. And then over here still, and in one of these bins, are all of our nonfiction texts. So need to find a place for them. I did order 2 more of these shelves. We lost a bat. Put this guy back up. I don't know which way he goes. Okay, so you're gonna stay. Okay, thanks. All right, come on, buddy. I need you to follow directions. Be a good first-time listener. And stay. Oh, these are not gonna stay. I might just tape them, but whatever. Okay, anyway, so ordered 2 more of these. That way I can put out some more of our mentor texts because the kids definitely gravitate towards those for the first time ever, which I'm really excited about. And my Alka-Seltzer medicine. My goal for today is to scan my mentor text. I don't think I put these in yet, so I need to do that. Not all of them are like, some of them I may just put out on the shelf, but some of these definitely, actually all of these need to be scanned. I don't think I scanned any of these, so that is what I'm going to work on today. So I'll put this guy to charge, that way I can get that done. It is now 8:05. I have to go at like 8:20 to pick up my kids, so I am going to put this down for the morning, and I will talk to you guys either at lunch or after school. We will see, but I just need to drink my coffee and just maybe take a power nap. I really don't know. We'll see. Not really sure which route we're gonna go, but I am exhausted. This cold is not terrible symptom-wise, but physically draining. I just want to sleep. That's all I want to do. So I will talk to you guys in a little bit. Hello, YouTube. It is the end of the day. I am in the middle of trying to stop that vacuum. I apologize. 1 second. So obviously, like I said, I'm home. I think I said, I don't remember, but I'm home. And today was a good day. It is currently 3:29. I've already come home and changed. I put my dishes away. I have used the ladies' room for the first time all day. And it's just so nice getting home at, like, I literally walked out my classroom door at 3:18, and at 3:21 I was walking through the front door of my house, and it is the best thing ever to be home early because I get the afternoons to get so much stuff done, whether it's schoolwork, YouTube stuff, photography, like whatever it may be. I'm more productive. So today was a good day. My kids had testing, we had pictures. We were scheduled for pictures from 9 to 9:30. We left our classroom at 9:01 and we returned at 10 o'clock. It literally took us an hour to get photos done because we had 70 something kids, that pretty much 80. It took forever because we had 80 kids in a line ready to go. That way when we got back up, we could get to testing. And my kids were champs. Like, we were waiting in a hallway where, you know, other classes are walking by, other teachers are walking by, there's classrooms, and they were loud because there's 80 of them, but they were great. Once we got up to the room, they used the bathroom, they got their snacks, and we got to testing. Testing went from like 10:10, I think we officially started, until 11:15 because they go to lunch at 11:25. I would have had them test up until 11:25, but I had one sweet student who was the last one done, really just taking their time. It's not that it's a struggle for them, they're just very thorough, and they just really take their time, which I love. I'm not condemning them for that, but like I would watch them kind of just like look around the room, and you could tell they were just getting really upset that they were the only one not done. Everybody else was waiting on them, so normally I would push kids up until the time that we're scheduled to test. However, if they are feeling self-conscious or they're just not feeling their best, like, I'm not gonna push them for the sake of pushing them. We have makeup days for a reason. So I paused their NUIA test and I called them over and I was like, listen, like, I'm reading your body language. You're not into this. Am I okay in that assumption? And they were like, yeah, I'm tired. It's a lot of reading. And I was like, I get that. I was like, I'm just going to pause your test. I'm going to suspend it. You can finish it when we do our makeups and you can just enjoy some quiet free time. So that's what we did. So we did 10 minutes of just like academic free time. They could do typing. They are loving wordscapes and word scramble and things like that. So they worked on that. Some were doing iReady, which I love, and those kinds of things. Some were reading, some were drawing. It was just very quiet, chill 10 minutes. And then they went off to lunch and recess, and that was our day. After lunch, I had my second block, and we were doing that mystery science stuff. And I'm pretty sure I showed you that this morning. Hopefully I did. And then that was it. At the end of the day, they had second step, which is guidance, and what else? We did RTI. So RTI was 10 minutes of silent reading, and then they had either 15 minutes of silent reading, or they could do typing, or they could do work that they needed to finish for another class. And then I gave them 5 minutes of free time, and then we packed up and we went home. And it was just a good day. Today was one of those days where like my kids could tell I wasn't really feeling well. Like they kind of started to push me a little bit, and I wasn't snappy, but like they could just tell that I wasn't necessarily handling it well. But they are learning, and I just have a few that are characters, and I don't mean that in a negative way. Like, they are hilarious. So they were just cracking jokes today, and it really just lightened the mood. And I had some that were just on it, and it was super fun. And I had one who, we were talking about salt and how I like salt and stuff like that. And one of them was like, he asked me something about like, can he have some of the salt? Like, could he drink it like water? And I was like, no, sir, like you are salty enough. And everyone was like, oh, you roasted him. And I was like, I don't really get it, but okay. But it was just a good day. Like, it was a good day. But I'm home now, and it is time to relax. I have to put away a load of laundry right there. I washed all of my winter sweaters because I brought them back from storage over the weekend. So I washed them all because I forgot to put the dryer sheet in the bag. So they just had that like stale smell from sitting in storage. I smelled like a storage unit. So I have to put all of those away. And then I am just going to veg out on the couch, nurse this cold. I've got some Alka-Seltzer cold and flu, which I swear by. That was our day. I'm going to end today off here, and I will talk to you guys in the morning. Good morning, you guys. It is Wednesday, I think it's Wednesday. It's Wednesday, October 5th. And I am back at work, obviously. I feel like junk, to put it nicely. Like, because I'm so clogged up, my eyes keep watering because, like, I don't know, I'm just all clogged and I feel disgusting. So we went for comfy today. I'm not even getting up to show you, but we've got some like American Eagle. I think they're airy, but whatever. Flared leggings, yoga pants on today with a, I think it's Right Stuff Chicks back before I made t-shirts. I used to buy them, so I've got a graphic tee on that says kind people are my kind of people, and an American Eagle sweater and some Adidas sneakers, and that's what we're going with today because I don't want to be here. I just want to be cuddled up with some cold meds watching Friends all day long, but that's not an option. I'm well enough to be here, and yeah, so today we are reviewing for our test, our first test of the year, and I'm gonna try to find, I've heard that Blookett's down, and as much as I love Blooket, the kids don't pay attention to the questions, so I'm gonna try to come up with something in the meantime to question them on the rock cycle and on fossils and all of those things. I'm gonna see if I can find something on quizzes or Quizlet and just kind of go from there. So that's what I'm going to work on this morning, and if I have more energy to show you things. I feel like there was stuff that I was going to show you yesterday and I never did because I like ran out of here at 3:18. Actually, it was before contract time was over and I don't even care. I don't remember. I'll have to think about it. I feel like there's stuff that I needed to show you and didn't, but that's just okay. Might have been the decorations. I don't know. I have no idea. I don't remember. It'll come back to me, but I'm going to take some medicine, sip my coffee, and do some work. And yeah, so I'm going to get prepared for today, and I will talk to you guys in a little bit. So I just found a quizzes that somebody else created, a different 4th grade teacher, and I am going to use what they created, but I did have to switch out some of the questions because they do not, we didn't go over mold or cast fossils. We did talk about trace fossils. So I reworded one of the questions for trace fossils, but while talking to you guys, I just found one more. So I'm gonna switch that out for something that we covered. Swap out the pictures, that way everything matches, and then we are going to work on this today, and we'll have some discussions and talk about like what we need to go over, what the test is going to look like tomorrow. But I really think I'm just going to use these as their test for tomorrow. So I'm going to put together a test with some multiple choice as well as some fill in the blank, and try to get in a couple of open-ended questions because they need to practice restating and all of that stuff. So I think that's what I'm going to do. Tomorrow they'll take the test, and then we don't have school on Friday, which means when we come back Monday we can hit the ground running with a new unit. And I think we're going to be doing weathering, erosion, deposition, things like that. I think that's what we're working on next. I have to double check. So that's all there is going on here this morning. I'm going to redo this one question, and I will talk to you guys later. Good afternoon, YouTube. I feel as haggard as I look, but I'm gonna talk to you guys while I get cleaned up because I want to go home. Today was a pretty good day. We have goldfish on our floor. We had our assembly this afternoon. We did our test review. The only thing that I did not plan for was I was getting ready for today, and my co-teacher came in my room and he was like, "Oh, are you ready for the meeting?" And I was like, what meeting? We both somehow got scheduled for a meeting when there's only supposed to be one of us, And when we signed on to the meeting, they're like, normally we don't have two of your, like the classroom teachers, but they're like, normally we don't have more than one. And I was like, yeah, well, we're already here. We have subs in our room. So I had to throw together sub plans at 8:05 when he told me that. And I had to go get my kids at 8:20. So I had 15 minutes to throw everything together. And I did. I did my first block, did the quizzes review. I signed it as like a link for homework. And they did a self-paced review with that. I looked at the scores. They will do fine on the test tomorrow, so we're still gonna do it. And all the other classes, I did it with them, but I did it instructor pace. That way I could review with them. The only not so great part of today, some of my students needed to borrow headphones, and this was our headphone bin. We've got broken headphones. We've got headphones with cut wires, and obviously just a pile of headphones. So you can judge me for this all you want, but I told them I am not replacing them. Our school does have headphones for students in need, but I was like, listen, if this is how you guys are gonna treat them, we're not using them. So if you have your own, which they're supposed to, great. If not, you've got closed captioning, because the only videos they ever really watch are on Mystery Science, and they all have closed captioning. So
at this time, we're dismissing bus 10. Bus 10 is dismissed.
So yeah, they are just going to use closed captioning until I'm no longer irritated and decide to replace that, which will be a few days. I am getting ready to get out of here, closing all of my windows and going home to, I don't know where I left off talking to you guys. I went to go do stuff and some teachers knocked, but I'm gonna start getting out of here, going home, and I've got some stuff to work on, and we're just going to veg out. I need to run off our science test because I made those today. I will show you that. My kids are getting pissed because they're gonna have to write some answers and they just don't like to write. So that is the plan. So I'm gonna go ahead, head home. It is currently 3:24. I'm going to be home by 3:30, and it is the best feeling in the world. So I will talk to you guys when I get home. Oh, before I leave, I don't think I showed you guys any of the Halloween decorations. So I just put this little happy Halloween there. There's some bats on my door. We've got hanging bats from the ceiling, which the kids love. I have a couple witches hats coming in the mail. I think they're gonna be delivered tomorrow or Friday. And then I've just got some window clings on that back window. So I just thought it was a little bit fun. Okay, I'm now vegging out on the couch. I've got my 4 sizes too big sweatshirt on, my blankets, and I'm going to show you their test for tomorrow. After looking at this, I can definitely condense it into 2 pages, but I'm just gonna show you the way that it is for right now. So I threw this together in PowerPoint. Like I said, I'm gonna make it into 2 pages because it's 3 right now. It's just way too much, and I would love to just do front and back. But anyway, so it just asks them, what do we call scientists who study fossils? They're true or false. They do have to explain. Multiple choice, open-ended question, all multiple choice, and then another multiple choice with an open-ended. Mystery Science and Generation Genius tests are awesome. However, they are oddly specific to one example or one phenomenon, which for experiments I get, but when I am testing them on their understanding of these standards, I want to know that they can take this and apply it to something outside. For example, Generation Genius talks a lot about the shark tooth hill or something like that. These same premises apply to the entire Earth. And I noticed that when my kids were explaining their thoughts, giving me support for their claims, they kept referring just to that. There wasn't much understanding that those same things apply outside of that one place we learned about in California with Generation Genius. And with Mystery Science, they were understanding. However, I noticed that it started to create this misconception that we will dig through one layer and find fossils, and dig, you know, 10, 20 more feet and find fossils, and dig straight down and find more fossils. And I'm trying to explain to them, like, it's layered, but those layers could be spread over miles. It could be a, you know, the next layer down, but 10 miles down the road. Like, it doesn't actually occur layer by layer. You can't dig 200 feet down in your backyard and you're gonna find layer upon layer upon layer of fossils. So they both created different misconceptions. So I took both, gave them some real life examples. We looked at different things. And then the test is very generic. There is no specific example as far as like a place that we learned about. So that is going to be their test. Like I said, I'm gonna work on condensing it down to 2 pages, even if I have to